Give no fucks. Leave your bag of fucks at home every day. Don't take a heavy bag of fucks with you every day where you are going. And give fucks to everyone and everything. Because then you will go home tired and exhausted from carrying around a heavy bag of fucks. Instead, empty your bag of fucks at home. Leave all your fucks locked up in your fucks cupboard and save them for special occasion. And instead go out into the world with an empty bag to fill with the good energy. You will be much happier living a fucksless existence. So give no fucks.
What lies beneath your feet? Sacred grounds, watered with tears of blood. Shall we begin? Shall we begin? Shall we begin?
On a cold winter morning, in the time before the light, in flames of death's eternal rain, we ride towards the fight. When the darkness is falling down, and the signs of trouble rise, the sound of evil laughter falls around the world tonight. Fighting hard, fighting on for the steel, through the wastelands evermore. The skeleton souls will feel the hell bodies wasted on the shore. On the blackest flames in hell's domain, we watch them as they go. In fire rain, now once again we run. So now we fly, yeah, we're free. We're free before the thunderstorm. On towards the wilderness, our quest carries on. Far beyond the sundown, far beyond the moonlight. Deep inside our hearts and all our souls. So far away, we wait for the day, yeah. For the lights also wasted and gone. We feel the pain of a lifetime lost in 1,000 days. Through the fire and the flames we carry on. Now here we stand with that blood on our hands. We fought so hard, now can we understand? I'll break the seal of this curse if I possibly can. For freedom of every man.
This is where we hold them.
So far away, we wait for the day, yeah. For the lights also wasted and gone. We feel the pain of a lifetime lost in 1,000 days. Through the fire and the flames we carry on.
Hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing well.
We're doing great. Hi.
Good.
Say
Good to
hi.
see
Still
that.
not the full intro you're
you
supposed
gotta-
to do, Ryan.
It,
Yeah, come on, Ryan.
No. This is your show, Stephen.
No,
But your job.
you had
this-
the big huge
this-
intro now. Come on.
If this is my show, then it'll be my intro. Hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing well, and welcome to the latest episode of Rogue Entertainment. Stephen doesn't number them, so yeah, that's a piece of advice.
date them.
Well, yeah, you date
got
a
a
lot
date
of
on it.
things, don't you? And we'll be talking about a heck of a lot of things during this at least 1 hour show. So I hope you all enjoy, or at least find the pagan man, the Canadian anime character, the Dege racist,
Anna,
and
you
this
take that
lovely
back.
lady informative.
Thank you, Ryan.
No, I'm not taking that back, you anime demon.
Does this look like anime?
It
That
looks like someone's under the table doing you in.
Sure. What about the spicy pepper? Is that anime?
Did you shove? Did you get that from your anus, Mr. Tickle Trunk?
You said you wouldn't
Please,
tell anybody.
please leave that to yourself. But yeah.
So, Black Angus is going to stop by in a little while. I guess he's running late, and Wes Moody's actually going to come by. He's still in the car, but he's on the way down. And so, yeah, I mean, it's another Saturday. And oh, hi, Steven. Oh, how you doing? Hi. Steven probably has his logo because he doesn't want the ladies to faint. Tina probably has her logo on because she doesn't want the guys to faint. Both are looking good. Ryan looking. Damn. He just said Ryan looking, like he just left that open. That's open ended.
Well,
Oh,
he,
great.
he did finish it. He did finish it. We just needed the next line. Sorry about that.
Stephen is in the kitchen where Tina should
kitchen.
be, and Stephen should be where Tina should be, working a 2.5-year project on something. Maybe cleaning a kitchen, one of those.
Wow.
But yeah.
I already told Ryan in his stream the other day that I rescind my internet mom adoption application for him.
Yep. Yep. I'm still looking for a mother now.
Deej, you're not going to be with us for a few months. Are you going to be out
I
picking?
know. I'm gonna be
cotton?
stuck in the
What's going on,
fields. Not cotton.
Yeah.
I ain't picking cotton. That's not my thing.
That's
I'm
why
sorry,
you
trying
got,
to keep up.
That's why
I'm picking-
Deja's got a lot of black detractors because he tried to force them onto the field.
I did not. I got
Wow.
corn and soybeans. Damn it! I got to pick that soy for Ryan.
Oh no!
Soy?
No.
Hold
So
on,
Mr.
you're
Seagull
adding.
Trump.
He secretly has soy.
No.
He just puts up a front. Folks.
Fake
Do they
news
do the
from
soy thing?
the racist.
Do they do the soy thing?
Is
in
regular
Wales?
milk too spicy for you, Ryan? Is that what it is?
It is.
I couldn't
I
hear
handle
that.
milk?
I
I-
couldn't hear that over your gayness, Mr. Tickle Trunk.
Look,
But please continue, Tina.
look, you suck
I
one
was going
dick.
to say that I say that there are actually more soybean fields I see in the Illinois country than cornfields, actually. So
No wonder everyone's gay. But please, Stephen, continue your show.
Oh yeah,
In your
absolutely.
kitchen.
I just wanted to. Yes. Well, yeah. I'm in the kitchen. Hold on. Just wanted to say, thank you, Phil. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you very much. You know, and I'm just I don't swing that way, but if I did, you know, you're a good-looking guy
I'm
too.
actually-
I'm just saying.
I'm actually
Pagan
trying
man.
one more thing, Steven. I'm trying to get a date with Lauren Bobbitt because I want to take her to Beetlejuice because I see what she does at Beetlejuice things, and yeah, I'm all in for it.
Hold on. I'm
I'll
totally
have
that
it.
totally just
I'll-
went over my head. I don't understand.
You haven't seen the
what?
video? She was on a date at Beetlejuice and she got kicked out, and her boyfriend was feeling her up, and she was rubbing on his crotch. And
Trump
Yeah,
was
I'm all
right.
in for
Grab
that.
her. Trump was right. Grab him by the pussy. They'll love it. Republican
went-
women love it. Lauren
I'm,
Broberg is a
I'm all
great
in for that.
example.
That's why I'm going to try to get her to go out to Beetlejuice with me. Damn it!
And the creepy part is it was one of those like dark cameras that can like see in the dark. So she obviously
Yeah.
did not feel like anyone was watching her for the date. It's creepy.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with a little, creepy tickle, But the thing is that somebody
What did you call me?
was filming it. I mean,
Excuse
you know,
me,
like,
sir?
There was somebody. What?
Most Democrats do.
What? What are you
Creepy who? What are you talking about? Why you gotta throw shade? A creepy what? Who?
A little creepy tickle. That's just.
Why are you calling
Little
Mr. Tickle
excitement,
Trunk
she-
creepy?
Because he isn't a pagan man.
I wasn't.
And I thought the voyeurism
understand.
was creepy, not the hands-on entertainment. So
Joe Biden
Yeah, I
would
mean,
have loved it.
What kind of a movie theater specifically focuses in the camera on people? In one-
Democrat
Exactly.
run one.
well, let's say
One
let's say
run by someone
hello
who's
to our
masturbating.
let's say hello to
I'm
our
sorry.
folks in the chat before we get too
Please do.
crude. So, good evening, Mr. Keely Chow. How are you? We also have a wonderful welcome note from Immortal Coil. and also letting everyone know to please slay that goddamn like button. So hopefully. Then we have Mr. Tickle Trunk who's on the panel, Deej who's on the panel, and Mr. CJH Entertainment. And we've also heard from Phil a couple of times. Thank you again for joining us.
Hail
And
to
we
Phil.
have, and then we also have Mr. Papa Cotton, and somebody we know is logged in under Ascendant Art. Is that Little Chad or is that Slender? Oh, well, maybe it was Little Chad because here's Slender. Oh, nope, it was Slender on both accounts. So good to see you again, Mr. Slender Dad.
You know, I just want to give a shout out to Slender Dad and Little Chad for how much hate they have for American unions, because they were coming at Scotty last week on the dump. Tina and I just shut up. We didn't know what to say. We just kind of sat down, and they were coming at Scott with the Drew Barrymore story. That's what we were covering.
It was a very healthy discussion. It was a very healthy discussion, though.
And Scott
And
held
I
his
do
own.
believe, yep, and I believe that most of our chat members were quite enthralled. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, it was a great conversation. It was just like, just bust some. Slender Dad said bust some. Look, Chad hates them all. Chad, there's something happened to Chad at some point in his life. He was like, F the union. All the unions, all right? Chad was very passionate, Slender. I know it's your boy. Yes, Papa. You know, bring back dueling too, you know? I understand. What do you think? What does the panel think here? Let's start with the lady. Tina, there need to be more grabbing, you know.
More pussy grabbing?
Yeah.
Gosh, that's really tough. I think that I'm fine with that once you know the individual, but I certainly would not expect, even if they were young, attractive men, I would not like them approaching me and grabbing my pussy in public. But
no random snatching. Okay.
Behind doors, if I happen to know the individual, it might be quite welcome. So.
Red flag, Mr. Bojan. Red flag. Keep an eye on your wife. Keep an eye on your wife. And
well, see, unfortunately, he's not pointing out the good-looking guys for me like I am the hot chicks for him. So I'm not getting quite that, reciprocation.
But is that his part of the bargain? Is he supposed to do that? No. Okay.
No, definitely not. He's known throughout our friends and family as quite the lewd individual. So it's almost expected of me to perform that function, where I'm a bit more tame when it comes to affairs of the heart and pussy, apparently. So.
You're a unicorn, Tina. Miss Tickle Trunk, does there need to be more pussy grabbing in America?
Maybe some, but I think maybe a little bit more dick grabbing. You will grab me by the penis. No, actually, I'm going to stop that because I just remembered that most of the audience is male.
And so most of the panel.
Pass.
Can you slide me, Steven, over on the other side of Ryan? I don't want to accidentally have to grab anything.
Tina, can
Thank you.
There you go.
I'm sorry, Deej.
There we go. Ryan can grab it.
Oh, fuck.
All right. Ryan, should there be more grabbing in America? More pussy grabbing?
Absolutely. And when Islam really does grow in America, you're going to see it everywhere. In schools, hospitals, you're going to see it in churches or mosques, in people's homes, in the street. It's going to be insane. It's as the Supreme President said, you can grab them by the pussy. Blood coming out of her eyes, blood coming out of her wherever.
Damn!
That is the mindset of the sexual revolution of the 1960s. Mr. Tickle Trunk is clearly showing it. And I do think there needs to be more of it in the United States to highlight the fact that you are a decadent, corrupt, obscene people who should go the way of the Roman Empire.
All right. Thank you very much. Deej, your thoughts?
Well, kind of like this panel, wrangling cats. You got to grab that pussy.
All right.
Grab the pussy.
And that's what the bigot says. So, good. I'm glad that we're all about on the same page. Thank you very much. Thank you, Papa, for bringing up that wonderful topic. Always looking for Papa for that higher morality.
Hashtag Papa for president.
Yes.
And speaking of pussy, ladies and gentlemen, the Sopranos actor Drea de Matteo joined OnlyFans to save her family.
Yes. And this is legit, by the way. This story is legit. We had to ask the Oracle of OnlyFans, Angelus Draven himself. And Angelus gave us a rating for this, and Angelus said this. He's unfortunately not going to be able to be with us tonight, but he said, and from what I can see, it's pretty meh. Not much content. It looks like just lewd stuff. No nudity. For like $15, which is a ripoff. At least for 15.
So 69 out of 100.
Well, no, he's coming to the rating. At least $15 a month, I should be getting nudity and no PPV content, including the timeliness. He would rate it. He rates it a 3. I guess a 3 out of 10, based on the price content, and you can find most of it for free anyway on the web. So, and the Oracle of OnlyFans does not back this specific page. Says you can get most of the content that you'd like for free. So, all right, now we can go forward now. So we have to make sure to check with Angelus whenever OnlyFans is mentioned. That's his job. That's what he does.
Well, he is a whore whisperer.
Yes, he is. All right. So let's.
Sorry, I'll be kinder. Floozy whisper.
Would you like to read, Ryan, or I can?
Sure.
It's up to you.
The Sopranos star Drea de Matteo has spoken out about her decision to join the adult content platform OnlyFans. Established in 2016, OnlyFans allows users to subscribe to individual content creators. They're not fucking content creators. You can go fuck yourself, independent. And has become known for people selling access to explicit and pornographic videos and images. In an interview with Fox News Digital, De Matteo, who played Adriana La Serva on the hit mafia drama, spoke about her payment from TV projects and said she had started sharing racy content on OnlyFans to help save her family. People find that hard to believe that I was never really paid very much money for any of the jobs I've done, the 51-year-old actor said.
Never mind. Sorry.
Prostitution. People think I'm fucking made of gold, and I'm not. I've worked job to job as a hooker. Things have changed in the last 3 years. My kids have been my number one focus, she said. Yet you do OnlyFans and they'll be bullied to oblivion. I've turned down tons of jobs in prostitution in the past just to be with my children. But you have OnlyFans. Because their dad, musician Shooter what the fucking name that is? Musician Shooter Jennings is on the road and he's not around much. Is he black? Please
I don't know who
Shooter
Jennings is.
Shooter is Waylon's kid.
Oh,
no,
Waylon
Ryan.
Jennings' kid. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Well, then the
Waylon
music
Jennings'
might not
kid.
be bad then. If it's a Waylon Jennings
country.
kid, it might not be bad. Yeah.
Right. Well, a number of other prominent actors and musicians have also used OnlyFans to sell access to pictures and videos, including Wet-Ass Pussy Cardi B, Bella Thorne, Tiga, and Chris Brown, who likes beating women. Speaking about the judgment she has faced...
I'm sorry. Hold on, I got a text Raven. My bad. I'm sorry, go ahead. My bad. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt you.
Speaking about the judgment she has faced over her decision to join the platform, De Matteo replied, I just don't care. I don't. I'd rather save my family than save face. You've saved fucking neither being on OnlyFans. I hope your kids get bullied to oblivion. She added... She added, it's entertaining and informative, Stephen. She added, quote, I know some people have said some nasty things about me, myself, having joined OnlyFans, but you know, the way we see it in this house is mommy's a warrior, not accepting defeat. Fuck off, you bitch. In The Sopranos...
Hold on.
Mhm.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
In The Sopranos, De Matteo's character.
Oh, sorry about that.
This is what happens when you let women do things. In The Sopranos, De Matteo's character was the girlfriend of mobster Christopher Molsatani, played by Michael what a fucking name that is! Imperioli, who at one point becomes an FBI
Yeah, that's not our kind of
informant.
white, Ryan. That's another kind of white.
You know, I'm sorry, and I grew up like around a bunch of mobster families, and she is mobster hot. I don't care what you say.
Yeah, but she
Alrighty
needs a
then.
damn cheeseburger.
Absolutely.
Well, after leaving the series in season 5, Di Matteo went on to be cast as Joey Tribbiani's sister in the Friends spin-off Joey, and featured in series such as Desperate Housewives, Well Look at Her, and Sons of Anarchy. Speaking to Fox, she also reflected on being dropped on the head when she was a teenager by her agent during the pandemic over a stance on vaccinations. Well, at least she has a brain. And described needing a source of income during the ongoing actors' strike. How about cleaning a kitchen? I guess you could say that I was a bad girl because I did not follow the rules a couple of years ago, she said. So I don't want to be at the mercy of mandates or strikes or anything like that ever again. So you became a prostitute online.
Yeah.
In the UK.
Well, it's not even a good one.
In
but
the
not
UK,
even a good, like. I'm sorry. Go ahead. All right, I'll wait.
Oh,
I'll wait.
sorry.
no wonder this
I don't know
channel's
what
is in the state it's in. In the UK, The Sopranos is available to watch on Sky and Now, whatever the fuck that is.
Oh,
You live in
don't
the
know what-
UK.
Yeah,
What
you
the
don't
hell
know
is
that.
now?
Forget about Drea. Andrea is a perfectly fine name. Lots of famous people called Andrea. Jaeger, True Connection, Boselli, Witten, Smythe. What are these things? Oh, Socialism 101. So we are finally admitting that prostitution is not really a choice, because our OnlyFans is prostitution. And if women are doing it only because they are financially pressured into it, then prostitution is... You know, from a socialist, this is quite a good take.
First off, I'd like to bring up the fact that if you're gonna do it, if you're gonna do OnlyFans, you go all in, right? Draven gives you less than a 5 on an OnlyFans page. That means you're not doing your job. All right, I
don't know. You know, she should get a little bit of higher score because she looks pretty damn hot for 51.
She looks great.
Agreed.
Stephen knows all about going all in, folks.
That's right. Balls deep. I'm telling you. Look, I mean, I want to see beef. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand why, if you're going to do it, just do it, right?
Hey, Stephen, when I go out to the farm this week, I'll take a picture of a couple of cows since you want to see beef.
No, I didn't mean that kind of beef. I didn't want to say roast beef because I don't know the condition of the punani. I was just saying.
Stephen is into pagan-ass pussy.
What? Well, wait. I don't what? I don't even know how.
Because it's a pagan man.
Isn't that an oxymoron when you put ass and pussy together for pagan?
Well, it's only separated by taint. You know. It's right there. You know. Doing the pink one on the stink? Come on, Deej. Catch up.
Can we move?
Do y'all know where? Do y'all know where the word taint came from?
No.
Is it from Andrew Taint?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, do tell.
I know where bunghole came from.
Taint came from because if it taint your ass or it taint your pussy, it's your taint.
Some bet. Thank you, Tina, for dropping wisdom.
7 years worth of education, folks.
Yeah, postgraduate education. Yes, exactly. About $75,000, of which I did not pay my own, thank goodness. And yeah, and etymology is a hobby of mine.
Well, it's. I know, Tina. Let me ask you something. She is the working warrior in her house right now. Okay, she is the mom warrior. Do you think that this will have any adverse effects, possibly, on the children? You know.
I do not think so because her children are at least teenagers if they're not college age at point. I've seen pictures of her with the family. So yeah, these aren't youngsters. So I mean, though they might be teased or hazed by, especially if any of them are male. But you know, but no,
They
I
can
don't think
handle it.
it'll
They should be able to.
reflect poorly. Yeah, I don't think it'll reflect poorly with how many bimbos are on, Twitch and all that now. I don't think it's a big thing.
Do you think that
Sadly,
she
I don't
had?
think it's a big thing.
Do you think she had that conversation with her kids? Like, hey, look, mom's going to be putting her bits out there for money. Like, do you think that
Honestly,
what kind of dinner table conversation do you think?
Not from what Draven said. It says he doesn't show anything.
That's disappointing.
Like it's burlesque is as far as it's going.
yeah, exactly. I mean, if
So
you
we're not.
Google her, you can see the same results, basically.
Yeah, we're not talking like cut queen level. Okay, all right. Well, just asking.
You probably get bitter deepfakes. Honestly, like think about it. And for free.
Well, I think
She
also
is
too.
hot.
I mean, if she's any, responsible parent when there's financial issues, I mean, I think that if your kids are of a certain age, you can have that conversation, So, because I mean, we've had to do that in the past, saying, okay, guys, this is the plan, this is where the income currently states, this is where the bills are going to be because you're starting college. That was 6 years ago. And like I said, and at $50,000 a year in tuition, there are definitely the, pluses and minuses of your parents paying for education. If you want to go to McDonald's, you better have been using your Christmas money, or you better get a job because we can only provide so much support. So it is what it is. But then the great thing that comes with paying for your kids' education is that of course you have to get their permission, but you are able to monitor what it is they're taking and what their grades are and how they're performing, instead of, some kid who's taking on, $200,000 worth of debt to, become a philosophy major. We do need philosophers in this world. We need anthropologists and sociologists in this world. However, people need to realize that if they're going to go that path, they need to minimally get a PhD, which is a hell of a lot of education and a hell of a lot of debt. And then what are they going to do with that? Or how are they going to pay that back when they graduate? Pretty hard.
Hello, Black.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Angus, just want to let you know that there have been some allegations that DJ obviously is a racist. So just don't want you to steel yourself if he says anything off color.
Yeah.
Purple.
Sorry, I don't understand.
I don't understand either.
Most of them don't, Black. Don't worry.
Oh, this is uncomfortable.
You can call me
You have to call him Black Ryan.
I have names for creators so I can remember who they are. So for Steven, it's Pagan Man. For Deej, it's Pink Racist. For Tina, it's Tina. For Tickle, it's Tickle. And I guess I can call you Angus, but
yeah, aren't you UK?
What?
Well, be
go
careful,
on.
Angus.
Well, at least Ryan isn't calling me a freaking furry anymore.
How's it going,
Angus, what's going on, dude?
Oh, not much. Just screwing off, playing Rome Total War.
Yeah, I got a question. Okay, so is OnlyFans prostitution?
Well, legally it's... Actually, OnlyFans is bigger than pornography, but it's known for pornography. And I would say pornography and prostitution are the same thing. Thus, prostitution should be legal. But the CIA probably has some sort of racket tied to that. Thus, they keep it illegal. On top of women want they want women want a legal control of the market. And prostitution really undercuts their market of the whining and dining.
Okay.
My favorite's Total War 3 Kingdoms, but there's too many DLCs. Just far too many.
My computer wouldn't run it. I got it. It wouldn't run it. That's how sad that situation was.
Oh.
Yeah. What's up, Zach? It's good to see you, brother. Hail. Yes, I know. You know, DJ's not going to be around us for a while, and we'd like to have a nice, good send-off show because he's going to be working in the fields here soon. We're sending off both his back holes. And
Hey! I told you that one sealed up.
How?
It was only an abscess that needed poked. It wasn't a real asshole that grew in.
So you only have one back hole now.
I only have one back hole.
The first truly transgender American, because he had two assholes.
Don't make me get the picture out of my. Get the picture out that I said.
No wonder the pagan man likes you, Deej.
I don't like the way you say that, Ryan. I don't understand. I don't like the way you say that.
Can you say pagan for Angus, please?
Pagan.
There it was again.
What?
You got him.
I don't understand.
It does not come out. It does not come out pagan when you say
you're a
it,
pagan
Steven.
Man.
I'm a pagan man. So what? I don't understand. Why is that funny to you? I don't understand. I don't know.
And he emphasizes the long A in understand, but can't get out the long A in pagan.
Hey, I'm
He
saying
can't
pagan.
understand.
I don't. Angus, how's your channel been, man? What's going on with you?
I've not been consistent. So.
What's up?
I said I haven't been consistent, so just bullshit with Rookie. We've been talking about, how ISOM sucks and Ahsoka sucks, so it's just media sucks.
You don't like Ahsoka?
We're having fun. We're having fun with it. We've been reacting to Star Wars theories, reviews, or breakdowns, and it's like, Jesus Christ, like, how are you eating this crap up? I don't get it. You, the kind of pinnacle of independent Star Wars coverage, and then I see him just sucking his Filoni cock all day, indiscriminately, and it's like, I don't get it, man.
Well, a Star Wars channel needs to keep Star Wars going, because if Star Wars doesn't keep on going, how can Star Wars channel survive?
Well, sure. But I'm a fan of Comics Explained, and with his other channel, Geek Culture Explained, he's been kind of taking the gloves off with Marvel, being like, yeah, this stuff sucks. Why is it, he's not just full bore shill, despite it is sort of, he's got to have a positive or neutral attitude. He can't lean into Fandom Menace commentary. I get that. But Star Wars Theory's already done that, though. So that's what's weird. Pablo, I gave you 6 hours to reply to me before I uploaded this video, and now I'm going to cry again. That's what's shocking to me. Is he's already hung out with geeks and gamers, and painted himself. Regardless how you feel about that, it's he's shown a slant. So now he's trying to backpedal or be cool and neutral again and love it, and it's like, I don't know, man. I don't trust the dude.
I think he's just delusional.
He
just loves it that much.
You build these channels that are built on.
He's a Star Wars channel.
Yeah, he's a Star Wars channel. He's got to cover it. What else is he gonna do?
No, it's fine that you cover it, but his commentary. And also, he's Star Wars Theory, so his whole bread and butter that got him where he is theorizing, speculating, playing with ideas that are open-ended or what-ifs, if things are different. And then he's tying things that I have various degrees of knowledge about in Star Wars film, and be like, oh, well, yeah, it's, I'm not questioning if the son from Mortis is manipulating this event. It's when was there anything to indicate that? That's the problem.
That's a good idea.
Or he'll
Angus.
be like, oh, obviously this and that. And it's that's how he's saying. I'm like, what?
I was just going to say, Angus, that's a good idea. Star Wars What If.
Yeah, well, they have a comic series from Dark Horse that did what if Leia joins the Empire, and I think I haven't read it yet, but there's one where Vader's in like a white suit after he's redeemed. I guess he's trying to like be good after he doesn't die, because that's one of the things I think it's narratively it's very convenient for Star Wars is that Vader dies, so we only get this metaphysical happy note at the end versus essentially a Nuremberg trial across the galaxy for a number 2 in a genocidal regime.
Speaking of genocidal regimes, Stephen, what about what's going on in Oregon?
Oh, yes. Yeah, okay. Well, let's move on to the Oregon article. And while Tina's getting that ready, we're going to leave this little piece of positive wisdom for the day.
Don't beat yourself up over past mistakes. You are going to fuck up again in the future, quite possibly in the most spectacular fashion. Why worry about yesterday's fuck-ups when you have tomorrow's fuck-ups to look forward to? You are a fuck-up, and fucking up is part of your growth process. Embrace the process.
Well, in all fairness, Stephen, I'm not taking advice from a people who my ancestors ruled for about 200 years. So it's a no from me, Stephen.
Really?
Yes, really.
Right. So you're taking that into account, that you subjugated. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
They were very spiritually advanced before you guys got there.
Yep. Spear chuckers. Carry on.
So, Tina,
Oregon governor passes law that suspends math reading proficiency requirements for high school graduates. Oregon Governor Kate Brown signed a bill last month that high school students do not have to prove they can read, write, or do math before they graduate. Senate Bill 744, which was passed in June and signed into law last month, suspends the proficiency requirements for students for 3 years, the Washington Examiner reported. I bet you that was because of the coup. According to the Oregonian, Brown signed Senate Bill 744 privately and did not issue a news release on July 14th, but wasn't added to the state's database until July 29th, which isn't the norm. Secretary of the State, Lori Brocker, whose office is responsible for updating the legislative database, told the Washington Examiner that the bill wasn't uploaded to the database due to a staffer being out with medical issues during those 14 days because no one else knows how to type. Supporters of the bill say that the existing bills were an unfair challenge to students who did not test well. In an email to the media outlets, Charles Boyle, a spokesman for the governor, said the new standards for graduation would help benefit the state's Black, Latino, Latinx, Indigenous, Asian, Pacific Islander, tribal, and students of color.
Did I write this piece of legislation?
Or at least this article, I'm not sure.
I'm going to vote Democrat now.
An ABC affiliate reported that in March 2020, the requirement was suspended as part of Brown's Stay Home, Save Lives order. According to the Washington Examiner, Democrats have come out in favor of the bill's proposed expansion, but Republicans have come out against it, claiming it lowers academic standards. So what say we all?
I think this is fantastic. I think this piece of legislation is a step forward. You don't need to read, write, or think to be able to be a Democrat, and I think that should apply to Americans as well. This legislation couldn't be, properly recorded because someone was ill, because they can't type, probably because they can't read, write, or count. So this legislation is absolutely vital so that Idaho can gain most of Oregon. And I'm all in favor of it. Who wants to study mathematics? I mean, seriously, you get women being educated. Wow, it's very dangerous. So I'm in favor of this white woman lowering standards so that minorities cannot read, write, or count. Because who wants that? I mean, really?
Well, she's speaking on behalf of those minority groups, all right?
Yes.
This is Karen,
No. This is Democrats, again, showing how racist they are.
Yeah.
Explaining that minorities just aren't smart enough to be able to do these things, so we got to lower the standards so they can pass.
Well, I will say, though, Deej, it could work against the Democrats, because if you can't read, write, or count, how can you vote?
Hey,
It's
whoa,
like-
whoa, 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 whoa!
Oh,
Just everyone can vote. Just everyone votes. Illegals, dead people, it's all good.
Yeah, but
I
see,
know.
Ryan,
Women?
that's why they also push to have people be able to come collect your ballots so they can just tell you, put your X here, and we'll take it in for you.
Well, I
But
remember
X
when
is also a letter, Deej. It might be a bit challenging. But
They
please
can
continue, Tina. Please.
when I grew up in Chicago, my grandfather was a former precinct captain. So it was very amusing that as you were going in to vote, especially in the primaries, he would be standing out there with little leaflets that were pieces of paper listing everybody that you should be voting for in order to stay in line with the Democratic politics. So once I turned 18, I was not only was I an election judge, I was one of only 2 Republicans in the entire precinct. As a result of that, my grandfather never forgave me because our street and her street, which was 3 blocks up, never got plowed in the winter. So we would have 6 inches of snow, 18 inches of snow in the middle of the road, and he would have me out there every freaking day shoveling the snow to make up for the fact that I was the reason the blocks did not get plowed. So.
It's not what you know, folks. It's who you know. I say it all the time as a content creator. You could have no talent, you could have no intelligence, you can also have barely any hair, but still do well as a creator because it's who you know. Thank you, Stephen, for having me on.
You're welcome, sir. And all the 7 people watching, I appreciate you. This has got to be the most racist thing that I've heard, and every time it's brought up, we've got to lower standards because anyone who's not white, and I hate using that term, the generalization of all European descendants, like into one small category, but anyone who's not white is too dumb to know how to read or write. That is the.
Well, no, there's
said, Steve.
Was it Jesse Waters, I think's his name, the news reporter? There's this great clip he did for Fox where he's like going to a college, and this is probably I think before Trump or right around Trump getting elected, and he's like, yeah, so like, do you believe in voter ID laws? What do you think about them? And they're like, oh, they're racist, he's like, well, why is that? It's like, well, people of color just can't use the internet, and they don't know how to go like the DMV, or it's hard for them to, and this and that. And then he goes to Harlem, and he's like, hey, black person, do you have an ID? And they're like, yeah. Like, why would you think I wouldn't? And he's like, where'd you get it? Or where do you go to get it? And they're like, yeah, it's like a couple bucks that way, the DMV. And it's like, these idiots in college don't understand all these like malt liquor stereotypes. How do you think they buy the malt liquor being a stereotype at the store? They need an ID.
Right.
It's self-evident.
Well, no, they just steal them, Angus. You don't understand. No,
Well, that could be as well, sure. But
well, he knows about the DMV.
Well,
he knows about the DMV, Angus, because his friend works there. That was a Family Guy reference, but there we go. Didn't hit play.
Went right
Go
over
ahead,
your
Tina.
Sorry, I was wasted. I'm sorry.
Let's see, my husband and I may or may not have rigged a student government election in college, and the way we did it is exactly how President Biden was elected. You start filling out ballots in the name of the people who you knew weren't going to come to vote, and if they happened to did, oh shit, you quickly then put somebody else's name on the ballot and submit it on their behalf. So.
Did you guys have mules? Like, were you paying anybody for that? Like, I'm just wondering, like, how organized?
No, the 2 of us. We made sure that we were the last 2 sitting at the ballot box, and we took the list of it, and any of the names that we knew, oh, they're part-time students. They're never going to come to school on a Thursday afternoon and vote for student government. And we made sure that we beat the Rainbow Coalition. I mean, assuming if we had actually done that.
This is why you do not give women an education. They rig elections. This is a disgrace. You, Tina, denied a bunch of queerosexuals
You
their
know,
rightful place in government through a democratic model. How dare you not allow a
somebody's
queer
going to
government?
clip this, and this is going to end up on MSNBC with here's a Republican admitting to voter fraud.
Learned by her Democrat dad or granddad.
Hey, Tickle Trunk, do the white people up north treat minorities or talk about them like they do down here? Like, what's going on?
No, apparently they
Does this
shoot at
happen
him.
Really? There's a
No,
lot of
that doesn't
space,
actually happen. No, it's we've had a weird history with well, I don't even know what they want to be called now. First Nations, Native people, whatever. It's always been like right now there's people claiming some Indian burial site or something from like some massacre that never happened, and some people are believing them. We have our own problems.
French.
I just want to stay in my igloo.
The original F slur, the French.
Okay, Ryan's dropping facts.
Yeah. The Quebecois are just a disease on Canada. I mean, the sooner France gets out of Canada, the better, in my view. I have to go in like 4 minutes, Stephen. So.
Okay. Well, do you want to let everybody know where you're heading out, or give any final thoughts?
Well, I will be heading over to Hypnotic's channel for Saturday Night Hypnosis. Please stay here, though, folks. Hypno's already gotten enough live viewers. I think I reduce his viewership overall. But you can check me out at Ryan Roger Athe. I'm the host and founder of Reality Based. Good to speak to Black Angus for the first time. And hopefully you keep on going and keep on growing, my good man. And Deej, don't be racist. Tina, go to Oregon and de-educate yourself. Tickle Trunk, deal with those natives and French people. And Stephen, stop being a pagan man, because that's very dirty of you.
I'm not going to stop being a pagan man.
See, look. See, look.
There he goes again.
I'd shake my head if I could.
I don't understand. I don't understand. Bye, Ryan.
You will have a great day now, everyone. Bye.
Take
Later,
care.
brother. Oh, my Lord. All right. We're going to need you to step it up, D, to be more racist tonight.
God damn it, I'm not a racist.
As well. I mean,
just-
play the part.
That's
Play
a good one, Deej.
I just hate fucking liberals.
Yeah, you're right
You don't
next
have-
to two of them.
You don't have to fuck us. In fact, I insist you don't.
No, I'll just talk to myself in the
Deej,
third person.
you don't have to fuck us.
Shit, there he goes. Trying to hypnotize me again.
I mean, trying. Worked last
Doesn't
time.
work. Doesn't work.
Wes just texted me. He said, I'm driving. I'm trying to get there. I was like, by the time you get home, the show's going to be over.
Oh,
You
well,
poor guy.
he has the unfortunate, pleasure of living in the state of California. So anytime you attempt to go from one place to another, it will take 4 times as long as it should. Very similar to Chicago traffic. So.
I mean, but they don't obey laws in California, so can't he just like drive over some people or go up on a, just go around them?
He's unfortunately the wrong in ethnicity and gender to attempt those particular.
Can't he take like some tanning pills like in Soul Man, and just darken himself up a little? I mean, Christ, Deej. Oh God, we had a great interview over on Lodana's Dragonstorm with Wes Moody, guys. Please go check that out. Good time. Going to be set up a interview here soon with Tina Bojan. Can't wait to do that. And so please check that out. Wes was very open, and he was streaming during the day. So it's very rare to see him during the day, a daytime Wes Moody. So that was a lot of fun. Well, let's see. What's up? Oh, yeah, see, author Stephen Walton has his Onlyfans. No, what are you talking about? Draven, don't start that shit, Draven. No. You are that's the Oracle
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. I don't even understand what that means. Aren't you working? What are you doing?
I would
to
have
me right
done maybe only ferns, Angela. So
Only-
it kind of follows the whole plants, deciduous tree kind of.
now? I don't get none of this. I've never gotten the whole tree fucker thing. I don't understand it. I don't. Can we go back to the coffee enema thing? That at least I would rather do that. I would rather go back.
Oh, Walton admits to wanting a coffee enema, folks.
No, I'm not saying I want one. I'm saying, can't we just like that makes more sense? If we're gonna put something in my ass, or wait a minute, I'm confused. All right, we're done with this whole conversation.
Get him, Tickle. Get him.
See, unfortunately, my dear, those who follow our particular religion are, considered, nature lovers, and somehow they just attach you to a tree.
I mean, that's
some
kind
way,
of
shape, or form.
druidic, I guess. I don't, but I'm not fucking it. I'm not fucking it. Yes, a natural bull hole in a tree is a sacred, a sacred thing. But you don't. You put spell objects in it. You don't put your dick in it. That's different. That's I don't know what that is. Zax, Zax, you are in Rogue Chat, bro. The link is there. Get your shoulders up here, all right? Wax them up, oil them up. You son of a bitch. I screws trees and deer. Wait, Slender Dad, what are you talking about? What the fuck is going on right now?
Oh, it was he because of the jokes about the trees and because of the Onlyfans, and a fawn would be a, young deer. So.
Well, Angela
Young female
said
deer,
there
at
is
least.
a
So.
fawn lily too. So.
I like women, all right? I'm a pagan man who likes women. That's what that is. Okay? Good Lord.
What is a woman, though?
What is a woman nowadays? That is a good question to ask. What's your definition of a woman, bigot?
One with a vagina, damn it.
Do you say vagina?
A natural
some
born or
vaginas-
otherwise
some
crafted.
No, natural.
Denmark.
Naturally there. Not one that was sewn in and cut in.
Not a natural gash. Not like a wound. How did, my God, Ryan Cannell put it some way. He was talking about that. He was like, what they do is they tear open you down there. And then they like pry it open and stuff a mesh inside. Like, he was really getting nasty. I don't know if it was on a video or if it was down when I saw him down south. But he was very descriptive about what's going on when you make a vaginal area in a dude.
When a mommy vagina and a daddy vagina. That's coming down the pipeline. That's the next Dr. Seuss Birds and Bees book.
So I have a potential story to tell. Is it okay to use the C word, as in the see you next Tuesday word on your channel?
Absolutely, yeah.
All right. So I knew a girl who she was in our small group of friends in college, and she had a roommate that was of now extreme. Well, that's the funny part, is she was really, really nasty, quite a horrible, kind of like just top-notch bitch, right? And apparently she came forward to her roommate, our friend at the time, saying that she was going home over Christmas vacation, and when she came back, she might need, a little assistance here and there because she was having surgery while she was gone. And they're like, oh my goodness, what's happening? Appendix, gallbladder, what's going on? She says, well, I was actually born with not all perfectly formed female parts, so I'm actually getting my vagina put in over the Christmas break. So then it was the joke for the next...
She was getting her vagina installed over Christmas?
Yeah, she was getting a vagina installed over Christmas.
Where did they get it?
I don't know.
Did they go to a zoo or something?
I don't know, and thankfully they did not have the internet back in 1989, so I can't really tell you.
Is this something like a beef trim?
Not really sure, but the big joke was, since she was
maybe they just
such
took a fistful of lunch meat.
Yeah, she was just a nasty bitch. So for the next 3 years, she was known as the cuntless cunt.
Wow. you ladies were vicious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, seriously, if you didn't have one, wouldn't you be a bitch too?
Imagine, like being a woman with nothing. I mean, I guess you could pee, right? But there was like no
Right,
hole.
right. And what I think what is interesting though is should she have really been a bitch? I mean, because I would assume that maybe at a hormonal level she wasn't exactly normal either. So, and then most of what,
Could have been.
rouses up has a lot to do with the
How
hormones.
how big were her testicles?
That we did not ask.
Oh,
Did she still have the monthly visitor?
I don't
Came
believe
out the
so
back door.
because, yeah, came right. Unless it came out the back door, I don't think there would have been a
oh.
place for that to
Well,
have.
Tina, I watched this medical. I think it was a movie. It was called Crocodile Dundee. There's a method to check. I can show you.
Okay.
Just in case for the next time. For the next
Yeah.
time. Gotcha. Where's the
Just
pepper
in
again?
case. But so who else can define what is a woman besides Mr. Deej?
You know what? I think that Angus can define a woman perfectly.
This is tricky.
I know. That's why I put the spotlight on you.
Ah, man. I am a enjoyer of the hot trans, so it's like, well, I'll make him a woman.
Somebody needs
Love
to.
it. So, hey, I mean, that's right. And there's a fucking smorgasbord out there for my brother. They're everywhere. Adult, what is
Oh, sorry. Papa, for the second time, wants to let us all know that this is definitely his definition of a woman. And if
Yeah,
you
but
had
that's-
any questions,
Papa?
anything
I
else
don't think
is-
I don't feel like your mind is open enough. I feel like there's some anger happening in there, Papa, and you're not embracing a wider view of the Force. If you know what I mean. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Maybe his mind's too far open because, like, if Ryan was here, he would say that the tranny demons claim that they are adult human females. So,
You know what? He is missing an entire tranny demon rant, isn't he?
yeah,
My lord.
yeah.
All right. Well, I've tried to stall for long enough, so let's move on to the last article, sweetie.
All right.
poor Wes.
Let's do it. Wes gonna show
All
up
right,
at the
this
very
one-
end.
This one comes to us courtesy of the libs of TikTok. I'm going to try very hard to read the article. My OCD may prevent me from finishing it, so I just
You
wanted
know
to
what,
let you
Mr.
know.
Tickle Trunk.
Saw this video!
So, breaking news. Missouri Department of Health investigating Starbucks barista with diaper fetish after he filmed himself dispensing whipped cream into his diaper.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's got a kink.
Oh my God! No, don't show the picture.
You want to
No.
see this? We need to
I wanna
investigate
No,
this
no,
I wanna
no.
see from the back.
I'm clipping over on something else right now. I'll just listen.
I
I'm
was
not
gonna say, I
looking at
scrolled
that.
back down. I'll scroll back down, Deej, and I'll
Deej, is
scroll
the
right
erection
past it.
painful? Is that what this is?
No, there is no erection. Damn it! That just gave me a vagina. The damn thing went in like a turtle.
Just think about Margaret Thatcher naked on a cold day.
God, that gives me a
It'll
turtle
keep
too.
it down.
Well, there is nothing better than a Frappuccino from Starbucks with a generous swirl of whipped cream on top, but unfortunately, this Starbucks barista in Baldwin, Missouri will make you rethink your drink order.
There it
So,
is.
Jesse,
You missed it,
we
Deej.
scrolled
I did not
we
miss
scrolled
anything.
right past that. Let's see. Continue. Thank you. Jessie Scott Johnson, aka Jessica Lillian Johnson,
Ooh.
is part of the ABDL, Adult Baby and Diaper Lover community,
That's a thing?
whose members obtain a sexual pleasure from wearing diapers and being humiliated. Libs of TikTok obtained screenshots of Johnson's social media account, where he most definitely achieves both. So from this picture, we can see one of the more odd and humiliating blackmail tasks set to me as a public exposed diaper wearing sissy is to fill my diaper with whipped cream while at work this morning. So as you can see, if you've ever been in a Starbucks, this is definitely behind the counter.
I feel like there's a level of uncomfortability with the arrangement and placement of those words. You know, like I don't think some of them were meant to be together. I don't know. I don't know.
So here
Papa,
is
you all right?
the
He's
full
choosing violence. Sorry.
I'm sorry, I didn't
Papa,
even
you
get
tingling?
these.
No, no. You're reading. It's all right. I just saw Papa out there. He's feeling. There's a lot of emotion coming through the chat right now.
And now you've scared off Slender Dad.
Oh
I can't
no,
have
I'm
a
sorry,
control of
Slender.
Is this the,
I
is
know
this
I
the
was
line?
in protest
Slender?
of this article too.
Is this the line?
How come he gets to go? I'm held fucking hostage looking at this adult wearing
watch.
a fucking diaper
Slender had
while
me.
setting up in the morning at a Starbucks.
Oh. Here's the full video where Johnson takes
No,
Starbucks
don't
whipped
click.
cream. I'm not clicking it. I'm not.
Yeah, please don't.
Here's the full
Peach.
video where Johnson takes the Starbucks whipped cream dispenser, shoves the nozzle into his diaper,
Wow.
and squeezes a lot of whipped cream into said diaper. And
I'm
then
glad I don't go to
follows that
Starbucks.
with a grande full of ice. To accomplish what? We are not quite sure. Thus would be the grande full of ice.
Should we guess what exactly the climax is for that? Like what pleasure is happening at that moment? DJ, why don't you lead us through it?
No, I don't even want to think about this. No.
I think he probably screams out his own name and then punches the front of the diaper and the whipped cream comes shooting up into his own face.
Oh,
Thank
so
you.
good.
Thank you, Mr.
Because that's what I would do.
There's a lot to unpack here. Why is Johnson pantsless in a diaper at work? Did he proceed to serve customers with
It's a new
the
uniform.
Never mind. What's done is done, but I'd be willing to bet this violates multiple health codes.
Correct.
It's safe to say that the next time you walk into Starbucks, you might want to skip the whip. We've reached out to the Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services to notify them of this video and inquire if it violates any health codes. Turns out it does, and they are now investigating.
Yeah.
So, and I guess
think
this
that's
would
responsible.
this would be the statement here. The Department of Health and Senior Services was not aware of the situation. Baldwin is a city located within St. Louis County, so this facility is under the regulatory authority of the St. Louis County Department of Health. The pictures below, pictures do not demonstrate compliance with with either the Missouri Food Code or the St. Louis County Food Code. We will be forwarding this information on to that agency for investigation.
I'll bet you it'd be okay in Oregon.
If anyone would like to seek accountability from the St. Louis County Department of Health, they can be reached at this web address, or a complaint can be filed here. Starbucks did not respond to our request for comment.
I'm wondering, like, if this is a thing, if this is a fetish, if there's a great groups, they've got their own little acronym and everything. Like, is this happening at restaurants and we don't know about it? Like, is this going on?
This kind of weird stuff has been happening forever.
Oh, dude, I have to interject this. There's a reason I scrub with a sponge and Dawn dish soap my cucumbers, because on accident, wasn't looking for this thing, but you scroll on the old hub and it's like, oh, what do you know, someone using a cucumber in the store for a dilly dough and then putting it back. Scrub your cucumbers, people.
I'm swearing off cucumbers for the rest of my life.
If you knew half
that a front hole or a
goes
back
on.
Sorry.
I'm telling you, if you knew half of what went on in restaurants, you'd never eat at a restaurant again.
Deej, what are you talking about? I eat at restaurants. What do you mean? What's going on?
Just go online and start discussing restaurant things, and you'll find so many damn videos of weird shit that people do in them, back there to the food and the counters and everything else. You'd never want to eat at another restaurant again.
There was a comedian, Richard Jenny, back in the 1980s. God rest his soul. Like many comedians, he ended his life. But he used to have a bit about making fun of people at the McDonald's drive-through, that you really need to be very careful doing that, because he then started to, pantomime what they would be doing with the burgers and how they would be filling up your bottle of soda, or cup of soda with ice and other wonderful things. It was a quite funny routine when you believed it was too outrageous to actually happen in the real world, and then I grew up, so.
Oh my lord. Papa
Papa
is,
Khan really wants to give this Baldwin guy an erection because he loves that kind of stuff. You dominate him, Papa.
dominated. Yes, on top. No back kisses either. He just pull
No
hair.
back
That's it. Papa, you're very, very energetic today. Well, thank you very much. My lord. This God. Well, I definitely think this gentleman needs to be removed from this position. I don't think he's responsible enough to make my coffee. Should I ever decide to go to Starbucks?
Well,
Yeah,
real
that's
adults don't bring
okay.
their personal lives to work.
Real adults don't bring their diapers to work. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Well, unless he needs to wear it, it's sort of turned into a fetish. Then wear it. I
Yeah.
don't care. But
Agreed.
leave
I don't
home
know.
at home and leave work at work.
Oh, that's kind of creeping me up, bro. I don't know.
Are you touching your nipples too?
Shut up. God damn it. So
I
yeah,
can just tell.
Deej, we're gonna miss
Yeah.
you, bro.
I will be uploading farm life rant videos
Excellent.
to my channel, so you'll get me ranting about things while out in the tractor. Not about the farm, but it'll probably be something I heard on the radio, some kind of political bullshit, some kind of
Full screen this man.
give me this,
Yeah.
give me that, give me some money, give me free this, give me free that, the victim mentality
There
bullshit.
we
You'll
go.
get rants from me in that. So then that'll also get the other channel to make more Deej Odyssey is racist videos, so that'll be fun.
And you're gonna do this
But,
while you're harvesting soy.
Well, it'll be soy or the corn. It'll be either or.
I mean, okay, but there will be soy harvesting going on while you're complaining.
Yeah, I'll be complaining that I'm actually feeding these nightmare people the
Making
soy
sure.
crap. But hey, that's what it'll be for the next 2 months.
All right, brother.
Unless
Well,
it's a rainy day, and then I'll have a day off.
We're gonna miss you, man. But get the adulting done.
But on Saturday night, if it is bad weather and I have the day off, I will show up to the stream.
Yeah, okay.
Beautiful.
Thank you, bro.
And Tina, you will be getting thunderstorms here soon.
Oh, all right. Thank you,
Some-
dear. I
some
heard they
are
were coming
moving
in
right
tonight.
through. Some are moving through my area right now, and I'm only 2 hours away from Chicago, so they'll be there shortly.
Yep. We were very lucky. We were able to get our gardening done in between the showers that we had this morning, but they were very light, so even that wasn't so bad because the weather was
Should
pleasant.
have helped out. Help
Well,
out
I
with
mean,
the soil.
well, yeah, I mean, it definitely helps out the soil, but we were trying to, do some of the fall cutback a little bit early because the weather was not as atrocious as heat-wise as it usually is in mid-September. So,
Hey, this week it's going to be in the mid-80s again, so don't worry.
yep. So pretty sad.
Angus, you getting into anything this week? You and Rookie streaming?
Of course. Thursday streams, All American Beef. Thursday at 9.
Beautiful. How's
I
Rookie
don't know
doing?
what about.
He's,
I'm always just ad-libbing. He's alright.
he looks a little soft. He's very young, He looks a little soft and vulnerable sometimes. I worry, about our Rookie.
You can say supple.
Stop doing that.
Oh, poor Ricky. No, he's fine.
Good man. Good man. Mr. Tickle Trunk, what are you getting into, brother?
Tomorrow, actually, 11 a.m. I believe. I'm on Fat Steven Seagal's channel, as well as Script Doctor's channel, and we're playing a multiplayer game. I think 4-player, and I think the fourth person is Wolverine Snicked.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you know what?
So the four of us are going to play some sort of team game that I have never played before.
Oh, that's awesome. Good. Hank, Script is one of the coolest cats in the entire community.
He is.
So go have fun.
Yeah. And aside from that, I'll be here next week.
All right.
Hey, hold on. Wait a minute. There's I have One Piece article queued up for Mr. Tickle Trunk. He wants to talk about a TV series.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Everybody should watch this show. As soon as you bring it up.
I will do
that.
Whip it out, Mr. Tickle Trunk, and tell everybody.
So Netflix has a history of really screwing up every adaptation they've ever done, especially anime. This one was actually controlled by the guy who created One Piece. So Oda actually vetoed a lot of changes they wanted to do to the show, and he made them do a bunch of reshoots. So they struck a good. I didn't know the source material whatsoever when I watched the show at first. It's fantastic. There are things in this show that you don't normally see these days, like a strong male hero, a female that actually gets help from males, a female that's not afraid to look sexy.
Oh, so it's all
men
fictional,
being men.
right?
What's that?
So it's all fictional, right?
Yes.
And
all the stuff that doesn't exist anymore in real life. Yes.
Does this female at some point had to wait for her vagina to be installed?
That might be in season 2. I'm not sure.
Okay, all right, just asking. All right, continue.
But if you watch the pilot, you're gonna see like this, like a female pirate. She's kind of chubby, and she's got a stick, and she kills people by hitting them with the stick. She comes off as a bit of a girl boss, but this guy, he knocks her fucking lights out because he's a dude, and she's a woman. But there's a lot of really based stuff in this. It feels like it was written 20 years ago. So it's actually a pretty decent show, and they do things that I found out were anime tropes that actually help the show. So what they do is everybody has their powers from the start, and what they do is they sort of talk themselves up like they're king shit of fuck mountain, right? But then they get their ass kicked, so they get a reality check. So it's impossible to have a Mary Sue in this show. So every one of those characters, they sort of start from zero and they work their way up. There's a hell of a lot of heart in the show. I actually got misty-eyed at one point in episode 6 with a really messed up backstory about a dude and his father figure. It was actually very touching. The makeup. I looked at the source material after the show, and they actually they did a pretty good job grounding all this stuff. The original show, One Piece, the cartoon, is for kids. The manga, I understand, is for teenagers. And this show they tweaked it up a little bit, so it's a little bit more for adults.
Okay.
So it's actually got a sweet spot. I've watched this series twice. There's 8 episodes for season 1. It broke every one of Netflix's records. Because it's not a modern show made for... And how do I do quotes? I don't have my... Hold on. I'll put the spicy pepper up. There we go.
Okay. Thank you.
There, spicy pepper. So, modern audiences. It's not for that. It's for actual audiences.
Controlled by the by the creator.
By the creator, and they've already renewed it for 2 seasons. And I believe there was a Forbes article. There was rumblings of them wanting to do it for 6 to 12 seasons because there's 1,000 cartoon episodes to pull from, and the manga has been going on for decades. So, there you go. Zax endorses it as well. This show is amazing, especially today. Like, in today's climate, it's a 10 out of 10. But it's better than Mandalorian by far, so I think I'd give it like an 8 out of 10 personally.
Okay.
I think I gave Mando like a 6 or a 7.
Becky gives it a spicy pepper. All right. Thank you.
That's pretty good.
What's up, Becky?
There you go.
There you go.
He is
And
perfect.
I'm
All right.
actually I'm impressed because although I'm a couple seasons behind in Stranger Things, we never really picked that back up, but I thoroughly enjoyed Wednesday, and I knew that they were major hits for Netflix, after some pretty lackluster performances of other shows. So
Yeah.
for One Piece to have beat them, that's really
One
impressive.
Piece buried them. They buried what's it called? Stranger Things, which was their biggest show.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It
Really?
destroyed it. Yeah.
See, I'm always hesitant to start to try new shows because they may start out good, but like The Witcher, kind of like season 1, and then it took a nosedive. Most
Oh, they
shows
can.
nowadays,
Yeah.
they really just turn me off, especially with the advertising and all the injection of identity politics and bullshit. Like, just give me a damn story. I don't care who's in it or what's going on. I care what's going on. I want a good story, but I don't give a damn about your politics. So I don't get invested in new shows.
You can get invested in this, and I will say this thing. I don't remember if Oda is his first name or last name. If someone can help me out. The creator has total creative control, and he
And that
still has
means
total creative control for season 2.
That means something. It really does.
And they went they wanted to inject romance into the show. They wanted to have 2 of the main characters sort of romantically involved. But he said you don't do that because the whole
It changes the story, right?
Yeah, it changes the story. And what he said is that all the people on the boat are a family, and they act like a family. It's really, really good.
Cool.
And
I have to ask: are there any boobs? Any nudity?
No, unfortunately.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. All right. Oh, if it's a good story, I can accept that.
Yeah.
And I do have one other thing to share since Steven wanted it shared.
Yes,
did?
Zax.
Oh,
Yes.
that's right. That's
Yes,
right. I forgot
it's
about
in
this.
episode 7.
Here's what Steven wanted shared.
Okay.
Oh, that's right.
Buddy, we're doing a little housekeeping here at the Justice League, and I don't know how to say this, but you're fired.
Wait, what'd you say to me?
Swimmers here. I know you're not familiar with the concept of fire because you live under the sea, but you could also say shaken, terminated. I think in Britain they say redundant.
Whoa. I bring the might of Atlantis to the Justice League.
And you're useful as long as we happen to be fighting General Zod next to a lake, or in Miami, or a lazy river in a water park.
Oh man, I love the Batman series. I was obsessed with that when I found it in college.
Shout out to Phil for sharing that. Thank you, Phil TMNC.
I want to hold on. Tina, I put something
Yes,
in the chat. Can you play that? This is a scene from
Sure.
One Piece. It's one of the characters' backstories.
Are we able to show it?
I don't know.
It doesn't matter. I'm not even monetized anyway. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a sec.
All this is for watch hours. As soon as I get the 2,000 watch hours back, I can go for monetization. That
That's
reapplies.
Excellent.
Alright.
It's there we go.
Let me know if the sound
I hear
isn't
nothing.
working. I don't hear anything either, but let me try again.
There's a volume thing on the top right of the video.
Up,
top right of the video.
Up. There you
Thank you, darlings. Thank you. And let me try to see if I can go back
You might
to
have
the
to
beginning
refresh.
there. Yeah.
There we go. So this is One
right,
Piece.
And it muted again.
Well, it's pretty looking. You should pass me in size. That kind of sounds like porn. Is this an OnlyFans ad?
Tina, did you go to Pornhub?
No, I did not go to Pornhub. I swear I've got the share audio.
Well, you might have because Mr. Tickle Trunk did share the link, so.
Oh,
I will try again. So
Okay.
there's
No volume. Refresh. Keep my fingers crossed.
I'm gonna have to hit volume again.
Not on and off. No.
You have to play it first. God damn it. Hold on, let me try.
What are you
this.
doing wrong, Mr. Tickle?
I don't know.
Yeah. No. I don't think it's anything he's doing wrong.
Shh,
I may
blame
not
it
have
on him.
something set up on my end. Oh, okay, sure. If you want to share it, I can share your screen.
Did we lose you? Where'd you go?
Thinking.
You're just standing there blinking. What are you doing? You know, we were trying to end the show 10 minutes ago.
I'm trying to. Hold on. God damn it.
He can't talk and think at the same time, damn
I
it.
can't. Where the hell's the share audio?
Putting on the pressure.
It should be in the bottom left corner of one of the first panels.
So when it's to the right, it means it's on.
You could do this.
An idiot.
There it is.
Okay,
There,
do you hear
perfect.
this?
Yeah, we heard it.
Okay.
You've always had raw skill. And you'll only get better.
Uh-huh.
You'll surpass me in size, strength, and speed.
Wait for it.
Eventually, you'll surpass me in everything.
And why is that, darling?
That's dumb.
No, that's nature.
Huh?
I'm small now. And fast, but soon, all the boys will get taller and stronger. Their arms will be longer than mine.
Who cares about that kind of stuff?
Don't you get it?
Oh.
But
Girls
will their
can be
cocks
boys.
longer?
But no woman can beat a man.
What?
They said that?
Base Netflix.
Don't say that. Don't make excuses. You're my goal.
There you go.
Wow.
So the whole thing is that they're both trying to. He wants to help her anyway because they're friends. So
that's pretty cool.
there's a hell of a lot of people trying to raise up each other in this show, rather than a nihilistic furball of bullshit like we're getting today on most shows.
Don't worry, we've got her. Women. That was like the one bad scene of Endgame. It was like, oh god.
What I like most about the show is the main character is very upbeat, and he's not a nihilist. He's actually, the reason he's aloof is because of his power that he has. And I don't want to spoil it, so.
All right.
Wow.
All right.
There we go.
Let's see if my boy was. We'll watch this. We'll watch this after we catch up on Ahsoka.
Why would you do that to yourself?
My son and I are enjoying that show. Okay.
What?
Yes. Yes, Angus.
Oh.
Yes.
Ow. Ow. Okay, wait. So me and Rookie. So I seen World Between Worlds once when it came out.
Yeah.
And then me and Rookie, I just happened to find an article that had to like explain. And every paragraph we're going further, I'm like, oh my god, I get why the EU retards were so triggered by Filoni and this World Between Worlds. Because I'm like, oh, it's a pocket dimension, it's a one type, whatever. But it's like, no. And watching the show, season or episode 4 and 5 with this World Between Worlds crap, I'm watching it thinking, oh, it's a dream. So it doesn't matter. But then I'm watching Star Wars Theory and it's like, oh, well, this is out of time and space and it exists, but it doesn't exist. And so I guess we're supposed to take away that she popped back into the World Between Worlds and Anakin's there, episode 3, but not episode 3. I don't know what I'm supposed to take away from that. Is it post Vader and he's like fully enlightened and, you know, he's already dead and in the Force. He's teaching her. It works better if it's a dream, but if you're saying this is actually substantive and she's really participating in this event, it makes everything stupid as hell. And,
well, it does. It's like time travel. It's introducing time travel into the
yeah,
universe.
on top of it, it's just... the thing with other thing with World Between Worlds is that Ahsoka, I guess, is kind of like Gandalf the White now. Her experience is like clean-slated her, essentially.
Yes.
Personality-wise. So it's like that's the excuse of her, I guess, being like a flat character. But there's so many problems with the show. Conceptually, like I've watched the first episode of Batwoman, and say what you want about the show, but it's got personality, and it has a tone. It has too many story arcs that it starts off with in the first episode, where it's like, how are you going to contain this? This is too much. You got to have like one thing, maybe a subplot.
Right.
Same with this show. There's another thing I'm going to say. They've stacked it way too heavy with women. And I don't like to get in that conversation. I want to just talk about media and enjoy its merits of good or bad. But like, you can't help but notice, wow, this is a boy franchise, and you've shoved women into it to try to make it engaging for women. But the only women that want to watch Star Wars and buy the stuff are the ones that have grew up with it or are prone to liking boy stuff. It's going to appeal because it's boyish, not because you've changed the demographic appeal. Just the acting, it's so flat. Like there's no sense of urgency with anything. Where it's like, oh, we got to get Sabine. Where is Ahsoka still alive? It's just like, I'm gonna look for her, and then flippy floppy crap of like, well, I'm a general, so I get whatever clearance I want. I'm a general, and then it's like, yeah, you don't have clearance for that. And she's like, all right, Mon Mothma, whatever. And it's shit like that. It's so inconsistent. This is a dog shit show. If you told me in 2012 when I found out Disney bought Star Wars and we're going to get more movies and stuff, and it's like, yeah, they're going to do an Ahsoka live action show, I would cream my pants like, no way. We're going to get prequel stuff? Awesome. And I'm the biggest prequel guy. That's my Star Wars. I don't really care about the original trilogy. They're good movies, but that's not my Star Wars. I don't invest deeply into that trilogy. It's the prequels is what made Star Wars really cool and expansive, in my view. And also, big thing besides Spider-Man, because Spider-Man is so big, he transcends age range. You can put him in any media if it's played straight, like the Spider-Verse movies. And adults will watch it and engage it. But there's a general smug dismissal by almost everybody who's like, oh, a cartoon? I'm not watching that. Especially when you're talking about 11 seasons of a character is in a cartoon. You need to reintroduce the character. This isn't like Mandalorian season 3 or 2 and then Boba Fett where it's like, oh, you need to watch the other live action shows to be caught up to speed. You got to watch 11 seasons of baggage of a cartoon to understand Ahsoka's character. They never reintroduce her to the normal new audience of like, who is she? Who's this crew? This is bad.
Right. No, you're right about you are right about that. Yeah.
There's so many factors. I'm like, what is this? And also, you got to watch at least four seasons to understand getting to the world between worlds and its significance. And I'm watching thinking this is a dream, but then Star Wars series make me think it's not a dream. And so it's like, what? Oh man, yeah, it's irritating. I don't believe the audience should be spoon fed, but at some point you do got to give those exposition dumps or some sort of cliff notes to catch them up in.
You've got to build in the background for people who haven't watched it, haven't watched the show, or don't know the characters.
It's frustrating. The names are stupid as fuck. Shin Hati. Don't, in an English-based franchise, don't name a character from the front of your leg. We wear shin guards in soccer. You don't name characters that. Balon. It sounds like it would work in Lord of the Rings, but Star Wars is a little stupid. Morgan Elsbeth. It's just, I like to stress it like Ron Burgundy because it's a stupid fucking name. I was totally open to take this show in, and then it's so flat. The lightsaber stab, now it's like anytime someone stabs a lightsaber, I'm just like reserved, like, well, maybe they'll make it.
Right.
And it's like, oh no, a bad guy died from a lightsaber slash. But maybe not, especially because he's like a Nazgul. So it's just, I'm just so frustrated, honestly.
So what you're saying is you're not enjoying Ahsoka.
This could have been somewhere it's like you keep up the Mandalorian fervor. Season 3 sucked, yeah. But overall, it's like the one overall positive everyone's kind of on board with Star Wars. And now we're here, and I'm just like, yeah, this is like crushed any hope for me. I'm finally there.
I'm going to give a positive.
Okay. I'm going to shut up.
Now, in the past, I've shit on Picard season 3. I shit on all these shows. We know this, but I'm going to give a positive for Ahsoka. If you turn the volume off and just grab a bottle of lotion, it's okay.
Oh my God!
No, I would say not even then, because well, Hera's juicy white ass is a nice feature in this show.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
But like Ahsoka,
nice
you watch the Clone Wars, and as a child, it's like you assume some sort of like special culture of the Togruta that they're kind of sexually free with their attire, like Aayla Secura and the Twi'leks. They're famously lots of times hookers and whatnot. So you get a range where it's not just, oh, well, they're a monastic order, so they're all like prudishly dressed, like early Christian art and stuff. And as a child, she has this kind of sexually provocative attire, showing her midriff and whatnot. And you think like to age her up, it's going to be just a factor, but they've like completely desaturated any sexual appeal of Ahsoka, and then the Sabine, fucking ugly. She looks older than Rosario Dawson. She looks like worn out, and it's everything's so flat. There's no real energy with the camera. The only thing good in the show is Ray Stevenson, and he's fucking dead now. So my hope's only so much with that plot line, because I got 3 episodes left, and then he's gone forever.
Oh wow! What's that? They even have tree species? What are you talking about? Soul assassins? We're not bringing that up.
No, my favorite Star Wars creature, sex appeal wise, is the Kaminoans. I love like the elongated features. It's just really cool to me. I know it's strange for most people. It's like, oh, that's kind of sexy. Big eyes, long necks.
Nice. Deep throats, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. No, they're for choking.
Jesus. We didn't get to talk about it, Angus. But what did you think of the Luke scene at the end of the Mandalorian? The end of season 3, was it?
Oh, yeah, it's fine. I mean, I'm not like Star Wars theory. Again, I watch Star Wars always hoping that Episode 6 has a different cut and he joins Vader, because I like the dark side. I hate the light. So I've never been a Luke fan because he's a light side guy, even though he actually is more complex. But overall, it's a simple story. I think people misinterpret whatever like the narrative intent is. I think people really misinterpret Luke Skywalker at the end of that. He is centered. He's won by tapping into the dark side.
Yeah. Yeah, he force chokes, in Return of the Jedi. Like he's using.
Yeah, well, beating Vader, he had to tap into the darkness, and then he kind of centers himself. And so the good guy, rebels win, defeat the Empire, but Luke is outside of that. He is centered. He's balanced thanks to his father. And so any Jedi going forward are going to be more nuanced than what I do love that line in Last Jedi where Luke says something like the Jedi and they failed and why. And he's like, they thought they controlled the light side. It's like it's vanity, of the Jedi. It's like, yeah, that really is the whole point of the prequels. It's the vanity of the Jedi. And it clouds their judgment. But no, Luke's scene was really good for what it was. When I was watching it, clearly I already saw Ahsoka in the series, and you see a X-Wing. I'm thinking, oh, is that Ahsoka? That's what I was expecting. And then it's like a black-clad figure, so I'm like, wait, is this Barris Offee or her Luminara, maybe? Because they were black. Right. And then you see the hand, I'm like, okay, is this a misdirect? You see the lights here, it's green. Like, they're totally lining this up to be a misdirect. And it's like, oh, wow, it really is Luke Skywalker. That's pretty cool. And they actually reveal his face, and, CGI, whatever, de-aging thing. But
yeah, the
fact that they kept that secret for over a year is like, that's crazy. Especially with like Spider-Man or the Flash. There's all these leaks and stuff months in advance.
I thought it was even allowed to happen. That was
well, yeah, too. That's probably one of the best sorries you're going to get from Disney. for the sequel
It
trilogy.
wasn't from
and the
them,
handling.
though. It was Favreau doing it under their nose.
Sure,
all the
whatever.
because you know, well,
It's
cat was
all.
away, the
Hey,
mice will
no,
play.
no. I gotta disagree. Chapek or Iger, whoever's in charge at the time, they're ultimately approving these things, and this is signed off by Kathleen Kennedy. This idea, this doomcock idea of Kathleen is just a figurehead and does nothing. It's retarded. She's there. She is a woman. They love that. She's engaged. I think Kathleen Kennedy gets a bit of a bad rap. That a lot of the stuff is her doing directly, especially the Rian Johnson crap. She gave him a trilogy before we even saw the film. They really thought people were going to eat this up. Yeah, like she's been on lots of good films. What extent her involved directly is, I don't know. But she's in good company. She's got a good track record overall. So Iger forced a year faster than they wanted to do episode 7. So it's like there's blame to go all around with Star Wars. I just think they don't understand it. Even Filoni, I don't think he really gets the core of Star Wars of subtlety. George Lucas wrote Star Wars being a libtard, anti-Nixon hippie against the Vietnam War, and that is like the direct synergy in those films. But Lucas had restraint and subtlety where it's so vague. You can say it's the American Revolution, or it's cowboys and Indians, whatever conflicts, the French versus Vietnamese, whatever the case. They don't have that. They don't have the subtlety of or obvious knowledge of symbolism, where it's all right, color scheme. What are the Empire? They're a Nazi illusion. They're sterile. They're male only. The rebels are ethnic, multi-special, and they have women at their hierarchy. Maybe they don't need to, but they have that there. There's life implicit by having women in the organization versus the sterility of the Empire. And then New Star Wars, they put women in all these roles in the evil, what should be a follow-through of white male evil Nazi allegory or illusion. They don't get it. They don't understand these things at their core. When you really start tearing apart what is the appeal of Star Wars, it is the ebb and flow of light and dark. They're always vying for power, and it's frustrating. At the end of the day, I'm always just they don't get it. There's things where it's obvious black and white, and other things where it's it's interpretation, it's subtlety. You can have this perspective of leftist whatever, but you gotta have restraint. They don't have it, and they just bombard you when they think they got. Oh yeah, we're gonna say the right thing for history.
Well said, brother. Well said. That's a Star Wars fan. Mr. Tickletrunk, you disagreed?
I hate Star Wars now. I only liked the original trilogy, and I didn't even like the prequels.
Really?
I think the sequels
it's all
are.
right to be wrong.
I think the sequels are cinematic malpractice. I think Kathleen Kennedy is a talentless hack who coasted on the shoulders of giants that carried her along. I know these things pass by Bob Iger's desk, but as long as the things he wants are in the show, he'll check his boxes and he doesn't give a shit because he's running an empire. He's not running Star Wars. He runs everything else. Kathleen Kennedy is supposed to be running Star Wars. And frankly, she ran it into the ground several times. And I have absolutely no respect for her. I don't have respect for Disney.
What I was going to add about the Kennedy thing is that, she signed off on Favreau. None of this is just slipping by her unknown.
No.
So I hate that narrative that people Doomcock will push Favreau is maybe the hope. Oh, it's because Kennedy.
He wasn't a hope.
him.
He's the only talent they have. And because he didn't play ball, Filoni's now in charge. Because that's how Hollywood works. It runs on ego. And nothing but ego. So
no, I think he's proven himself. Whatever shortcomings he's got, whatever he's missing, he is the best steward after George Lucas.
Yeah.
To keep
that's because
this
Favreau's a
franchise
filmmaker.
going.
Yeah, that's because Favreau's a filmmaker. And he's a good filmmaker at that, too. He's the reason why the MCU took off in the first place.
I do like Favreau.
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah, like he's not perfect. He's made mistakes. You know, he was. I think he was working on the. Oh shoot, what's his name? The Boba Fett one.
Lion King.
The Boba Fett show, and gave Boba Fett way too many lines. They turned him into a talking character. That's not his appeal. His appeal is a mystery, and they just ruined that. So, like, he's not perfect, but he was doing a decent job with Mandalorian season 1. And because that got attention, people who run those sorts of things, they clamp down because their egos can't take it. And they become control freaks. But until then, they just coast on everyone else's success. And that's why, and I think that's why the changes were so big, and that's why I think Star Wars there's no hope for it right now.
Yeah, no, the Disney thing, you see it with Thor 3 and Thor 4. Thor 3 was like fresh, new, shaking up a character. It feels kind of stale.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa, that was fun. It's reinventive. It's it's on a path like Deadpool or something.
That was Ragnarok,
that's Ragnarok.
Yeah.
And then Love and Thunder was like, all right, that made money. Do it again. And of course,
but do it again, but do it more. And
and then
the entire
so like
movie.
Taika Waititi, you've seen that clip probably go on the internet about him talking about like diversity and all these forced crap in film. And he's like, I didn't grow up like that. You can't force this stuff. It's not normal. People aren't living diverse lives every day. Even if they live in the city, they're usually in their own little racial pockets or class-based pockets.
Right.
This is artificial, what we're trying to do. And it hinders storytelling because it's like people generally don't have these lives. So I think he was probably just like, well, they're giving me a check. I'll just whatever. Here we go. But
I was astonished he did so well with Ragnarok because he's an accomplished television director.
Oh, okay. I didn't know where he came from.
Yeah. What We Do in the Shadows is a show about vampires that I believe he was the lead writer on, and he was one of the stars. So they have all kinds of different vampires, like the Nosferatu lives in their basement. His name's Peter. They're a bunch of roommates that are vampires, and they ended up. There's an emotional vampire who works in an office and just sucks the life out of people. so they have like all these vampires are supposed to be in the real world, and it's a comedy. It's actually quite clever.
I'm just imagining him working across from like Dwight Schrute.
Oh God. I should send you clips. It's pretty good. So he's an accomplished television director, but he wasn't a movie director. So
Jojo Rabbit was really good.
I never saw it.
Oh, dude, it's funny because he plays the mental idea of Hitler for this young kid going to Nazi youth camp or whatever.
Really?
It's hilarious because like Sam Rockwell's in it, the fat bitch from Pitch Perfect's in it, Rebel Wilson. It's got like a strange cast. Scarlett Johansson plays the mom of the kid, and like the kid's like he's kind of lonely and wants adventure, wants to be like he idealizes Hitler. He has this idea in his head who Hitler is, so he's kind of projecting this friend of Hitler, and Waititi plays him. It's hilarious.
Yeah, he's a kid's imaginary friend.
Tina, any thoughts on Disney Star Wars?
I was not a fan of the prequels, so I only watched the Disney Star Wars sequel, the first one, and then said I'm out. Though I did enjoy Mandalorian. The first season's obviously the best of what was available. I thought that Boba Fett wasn't bad, but I didn't have Boba Fett wasn't like a big favorite character of mine growing up, so I didn't really have that attachment. So I know that a lot of folks didn't like the way it was interpreted in the series, and that was fine. I think until we got to the rainbow-colored Vespas.
That was the worst.
That was where it. That was really kind of where it went. All right, that's it. I'm done. But I will probably continue to watch Mandalorian if they keep dragging it out, because I honestly just want to hear what their excuse is and how Grogu, got out of Order 66. So it's just kind of one of those, train wrecks you gotta keep watching.
Gotta
But
keep watching to the end, right?
yeah, I only made it into the first 30 minutes of the first episode of Ahsoka because since I didn't watch the animated series, Rebels, or even Clone Wars, I had no idea who the hell these characters were and why I was such a care about them. So, you know, Mr. Bojan says that he's interested in actually sitting down and watching them with me at some point to maybe explain something to see if I'll find it more interesting. But
Yes, and that's like the attachment. Angus was talking about that earlier. It's like there's no background into if you're coming into this story fresh. There's no there's no background into telling like the relationship between them. And my son and I watched that show, so we had it. So when I'm seeing so and so meeting up with so and so, I'm like, oh, cool. All right, I understand the direction that it's going, or they're trying to take it in. But still, that's been one of the biggest gripes that I've heard about this show is that I've got to watch an entire cartoon series in order to understand who these characters are. I get that, and it is a little bit misleading. And Deej is a big fan. Look at Deej.
Aww. See, I wanted to get the plush version of Grogu.
Yeah, I got a couple Grogus in my house. I love them.
Yeah.
I still call him Baby Yoda, though.
Right. That's Baby Yoda. Grogu is the worst name.
It's all right. It's just it sounds like a name.
It sounds like semen.
Well, I would say Grogu sounds like something I would see in the Croods as a name, not Star Wars. At least not, a Jedi baby character that is tied to Yoda as a species. It's hard. It's hard to I sympathize with these guys trying to make names. It just doesn't work.
I was called a horrible person on how I got that Grogu.
And how did you get your Grogu?
How did you do that?
It was the last one sitting on the shelf there at Walmart in town here. Some woman was on the phone talking to somebody asking if they should get it or not. I just grabbed it, put it in my cart, and walked away.
Brilliant! I love it.
Snooze, you lose.
Wasn't there a movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger and somebody else trying
Jingle
to
all the way.
Okay.
Still
That's what it made me think of.
Have to fight Sinbad.
DJ would have been one of them people fighting for the last Cabbage Patch doll back in the early '80s.
Oh no! I detested Cabbage Patch dolls. I did not want one. No,
I fucking hate their faces.
I was able to get. We were able to get Cabbage Patch dolls the first season they came out because my poor dad was working. Worked 2 jobs, warehouseman during the day, and he stocked the shelves at Toys R Us in the evenings. So he was able to snag ones that even looked like each of the girls, a blonde with blue eyes, dark brown hair with blue eyes and stuff to match each of the girls. So it was really sweet. But but my big loss that I never got, and they only re-released it once, and it sold out too fast, is I did not get my 31-inch plushie of Loki Gator.
Oh damn!
Oh, yeah.
Well, you'll have another opportunity. Loki season 2 is coming.
Yeah, I'm hoping they'll bring it back again because they have the shorter one isn't as cool looking as the one that they originally had. It was tough though. I should have just bought it, but it was one of those things where it's like, well, I could spend $40 on a plush toy for a 50-year-old. I don't know.
Do it. You do it, Tina.
I will next time. I will.
Tina, you got anything coming this weekend? Anything you want to advertise?
Let's see. I'm hoping to go see the movie A Haunting in Venice tomorrow afternoon with Mr. Bojan. He's a huge fan of Agatha Christie, and he has enjoyed the first 2. I just saw Grogu season 2. Oh, not Grogu. Oh my gosh, that's on my brain. Groot season 2. And although it was only about a half an hour's worth of content, it was probably the best animation I've seen out of Disney in quite a while. So I might be kicking around the idea of doing a video on that. But as far as this week coming up, I'll be on Vinny Art's channel tomorrow night. I highly recommend people check out Beelzebub at 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoons. They are fantastic. The show's called Get Rank. And then if I'm not here, I'm on Sporking's channel every Monday, Wednesday, and usually Saturdays after this. But he's got the evening off to celebrate his little man's birthday.
And that's awesome. Happy birthday to Scotty's little guy. And thank you guys so much for being here. We greatly appreciate you. Great conversation. Angus, thank you for stopping by, dude. You're welcome back any week you want to come.
Well, I appreciate it. Good company, good chat.
And yeah, well, we're gonna miss DJ. He's out there gonna be harvesting soy, while complaining about people that actually use it. And
Well, be
Mr.
sure to
Trunk,
keep your diapers full with whipped cream.
No, I don't wear diapers. No, that's at least not yet. I am getting old, though. It may end up that way one day.
So he just puts it in his underwear instead.
Hail to the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. We're going to leave with a little bit of more motivational wisdom. And be good to yourselves. Wash your hands. Wash your ass. Be good to each other.
Wash your cucumbers.
And wash your cucumber. Yes. Wash your hands, your ass, and your cucumber.
Don't buy cukes.
When you have a bad day, give up. Go home and sleep. Fuck it. Try again tomorrow. Not every bad day can become a good day. Some days are fucked and cannot be unfucked. When you have a day that is fucked beyond repair, that is the universe speaking to you, sending you a message. Listen to the universe. Go home.
Brilliant.